Okay, well, welcome everyone and good afternoon. Welcome to Celebrating Service and Leadership. My name's Trish Gott and I'm the Associate Dean for Academics here at the Staley School of Leadership. And on behalf of my colleagues, we are so happy to have you all here with us this afternoon. As we move, and anybody here in the K through 12? Anyone working K-12? Okay, Katie Bueller, we know, we got a couple others. So in higher ed, this April is our busy month. I know in K-12 sometimes it's not till May. April for us is our race. So here we are running, but tonight we're pausing to really celebrate some individuals who have done more than just lace up their running shoes this year, but they have been transformational in the work they've done and taking care of others and advancing leadership and thinking about our communities and how we can make them better spaces. So as we here at K-State move into our final weeks of the academic year, we're celebrating. We're celebrating some soon to be, they're already outstanding, but they are soon to be graduates and community members, all who have made significant contributions to service and to leadership here at the school, at K-State, in the community of Manhattan, and well beyond. We're reminded today that while the academic year is coming to a close, the work of those we honor continues. These are people that keep those running shoes right by their bed. They've got a separate pair by the front door. They've got them on the back porch in case they were outside. Their work never ends because of the commitment they have to service and to leadership. So we look forward to sharing some of the ways that you've achieved and to celebrate all of the ways that you will serve, that you will lead, and that you will continue to contribute to our world in the weeks, months, and years ahead. Okay, so here we go. On to the awards. We will begin today celebrating our undergraduate student awards. And we get to hear a little bit from our award winners in this short. First.
I remember my first day of class leader training when Candy came in and she just shared about all the amazing things that she did with her class. And it was in that moment I was just so inspired and I couldn't wait to have that same connection with my learning community as well.
As someone going into the field of education, being a class leader was something that I was always really interested in doing. And I wanted to be able to do it to the best of my ability.
It totally feels like a full circle moment, you know, because the main person that recruited me to come to K-State was Dr. Bosco.
All of my time at the Staley School has made me to where I will be a better teacher. It's definitely made me a better student teacher.
It's pushed me to be a better person, and through this, I figured out my passion.
And just being a class leader has been such a great experience. I've loved both of my two learning communities, and I've learned so much from them.
I remember when I was signing up for that student visit, I checked that little box that said, I want to learn more about leadership. And wow, that little box has exploded into so much more than I could have ever imagined.
To be finishing out my school experience and, you know, receiving this incredible honor has just been such a great experience for me.
I think that I have been incredibly lucky to have incredible mentors that have come out of specifically GFSL.
It's been an incredible opportunity to be a part of these experiences and to give back to the community.
I was able to use my strength of positivity to really brighten up the mood and make those strong connections with my students right away. And it was in those moments where they really bonded together and made lifelong friends.
When I became a class leader, when I had the opportunity, I really wanted to focus on building those relationships with my students and inspiring that collective purpose within my learning community and really making them feel comfortable and able to share those vulnerable parts.
The biggest thing I'll probably take away is the importance of community and relationship building.
This building is so special and the people within it. I can't think of any other place on campus where you were like in the classroom learning, but like those people also have this element of like hominess and like family.
I think all the classes, all the activities that I've done, and all the people that I've met have really encouraged me to do better in not just ways that are learning the newest or differentest way of doing what I'm already doing, but instead to take what I'm doing and to change it myself.
All of the staff and students are super welcoming and genuine, and I honestly don't think that I would have been able to, complete this certificate program if it weren't for all of the help and support that everyone in this building has been able to give me.
I wouldn't be me if it wasn't for Lead Studies. They let me be E, and that I just can't thank them enough for that. And through employment, through friendships, and through mentors, like it's all been there.
Because I want future generations and future students to come and be able to reap the benefits tomorrow that we're sowing today.
I guess I would want to thank my dad specifically because he was the one that pushed me to become involved in the Staley School. Like when we toured here at K-State when I was a senior in high school, and my dad was like, "That'll be you one day, you'll be a class leader." And it was right, he was right. So
The best part about this for the folks who work here is for the last 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, we wanted all the students in this video and so many more to be a part of this program. And you hear them talking about being thankful for this space and what they learned. What they've forgotten is just how much it meant to us that they trusted us and that they showed up here and worked and learned alongside us every day. So we are going to begin today by celebrating the Pat J. Bosco Leadership Studies Outstanding Graduating Senior Awards. And I'm delighted because we have Dr. Bosco here today. Dr. Bosco. And you heard Ethan in the video talk about this is the reason he came to K-State. So let me tell you a little bit about his legacy and impact. The Pat J. Bosco Leadership Studies Outstanding Graduating Senior Award was established in 2000 to recognize and honor Dr. Bosco's exceptional years of leadership to K-State, along with the vital role he played in the creation and establishment of the Staley School of Leadership. His continuous support and ongoing contributions are sincerely appreciated. This afternoon, we honor some exceptional students who have excelled in the Leadership Studies minor and have committed to and been involved in multiple aspects at the Staley School of Leadership. First, I'd like to invite Dr. Chance Lee to the front to introduce our first award recipient.
Ethan Brown is an exceptional human. Ethan, will you join me at the front, please? Sure. You weren't supposed to get the clapping until the end, but we'll do too. And he's here today, right here. So I'm guessing he's already made your day better with his positivity, his levity, and his care. Ethan makes people happy in a way that I've not really witnessed before. And I want to emphasize that he lightens the environment and he brings people together, but he also doesn't shy away from really big issues. He'll name the thing that others are avoiding. He'll challenge others to elevate the conversation, whatever the issue. And these are acts of leadership. He's been involved in a lot of things on campus, and I'm not going to read all of them off. You can see them up here. But his resume doesn't begin to capture the special way that he engages with others time and time again. Ethan, it's been an honor spending time with you in and out of the classroom. You'll be missed dearly. I'm so excited for the impact that you're going to have on countless students throughout your career. Thank you and congratulations, my friend. Thank you, Bosco. You can kind of get a picture. Next, Delshay Roberts will honor our next recipient.
You know, whenever I joke about holding someone back, Jacoby always comes to mind. If we could just hit the pause button on her journey for a bit longer, we definitely would. Jacoby, will you please join me at the front? Jacoby has truly been a pleasure to have here in the Staley School community. As a student coordinator for the academic mentoring program, she has been the rock we've leaned on, the one who always knows what to do to make things happen. I've heard from faculty how you've taken what you've learned in the classroom and shared it with others as a two-time class leader. Here at the Staley School, we teach that leadership is not defined by your position, and you've beautifully exemplified this principle. Your ability to lead from behind the scenes has not gone unnoticed. Your knack for organization and excel, your genuine care and checking in on others, and your commitment to contributing to the greater good have all left an incredible mark on our community. Congratulations on receiving this award. You've earned every bit of it and then some. Kate, would you like to come up and introduce the next recipient?
Thanks, Delshay. Hello, everyone. It is my pleasure and honor to introduce Andrew Phipps as a Pat J. Bosco Leadership Studies Outstanding Graduating Senior. Come on, Andrew. Where are you at? Come on down. So I first met you, Andrew, as an eager volunteer your freshman year at a mobile food distribution. And I'm not going to go into too much detail here, but just know that the parking and the traffic management at mobile food distributions can be a little bit hairy. The parking lot is very narrow, and there are hundreds of cars that come to pick up food. So, significant logistics. And with his engineering brain, Andrew quickly became a go-to volunteer manager for all things traffic and parking. I bet you've been to 20 plus mobile food distributions, every single one for 4 years. So that also means you've helped to distribute over 250,000 pounds of food to our local community.
I moved the cars, but yeah.
You move the cars so they can get the food. Beyond that, you are a trusted partner to represent the school with prospective students, with friends and donors, with our alumni, and more. Your consistency, your care, and your can-do attitude makes you outstanding. Andrew, thank you for your contributions and congratulations. Tamara Bauer will come down to introduce our final recipient.
You should hold your applause as Mia Schindler comes and joins me at the podium. Mia, where are you? Woo. When we talk about leadership as an activity, something people do to make progress on the complex challenges around us, regardless of their position or their title, I think of Mia. Mia, you have been such an incredible student to get to know and to work with. I'm inspired by your conscientious approach to identifying injustice and being part of, and often leading, actions to disrupt those injustices. You lead with compassion, empathy, courage, and a determination to be part of progress forward in any way that is. You joyfully serve with others, you radiantly spread learning and knowledge, and you model integrity, character, and values in all that you do. I've experienced this firsthand as you've supported Wildcat Dialogues, led a learning community as a Lead 212 class leader, and then of course, co-teaching with me in Lead 350, Culture and Context and Leadership. I am so thrilled that you are staying in education as a teacher because you will be in the perfect role to be transformational in the lives of others. You left a lasting impression on me and so many others here. Thank you and congratulations. Because we would now like to invite all of the Pat J. Bosco recipients down for one photo with Dr. Bosco, so you can't sneak away. Come on back. Yeah, we would like to get one photo with all of you all together with Dr. Bosco. Thanks. Yeah. All right, just the four. Yep. Ethan, there you are. See if we can help Deandra, who's also a leadership studies alumni. And professional photographer. She's awesome. All right. Congratulations to all of our recipients of the Pat J. Bosco Award. I would now like to invite Mike Finnegan to the podium for the next set of awards.
And I'd like to ask Doctors Murray Streetman and Innocent Osman to the podium as well. Lead 212 is truly a team endeavor with our class leaders and students. And I love to say doctors because Innocent just recently defended his PhD in leadership and communication. So class leaders are juniors and seniors at the Staley School who were selected to work with first semester freshmen in Lead 212, Introduction to Leadership Concepts. The Candy Hiranaka Outstanding Class Leader Award recognizes class leaders who carry on Candy's tradition of care and excellence in performing their peer leader role. For this award, we'd like to first honor Sarah Gulich. Sarah, if you could come on up. So I was thrilled that Sarah hopped on a plane just Friday from Michigan, where she's been currently doing her student teaching in 7th grade world history. But Sarah served as a class leader both her junior and senior year, and everyone who's had an opportunity to work with Sarah at the Staley School, whether through her role as a class leader, during her time as an ambassador, can attest to her strength of positivity. She brings a contagious energy to her work and that energy radiates throughout the classroom. As a facilitator of learning, Sarah's strength of developer allowed her to see the growth and development of each student within her learning community. And I appreciate Sarah's ability to hold the purpose and navigate courageous conversations to never pass up on the teachable moment. As a future educator, Sarah thrived when personalizing learning community lesson plans. And here's what a couple of her students had to say about Sarah. She made sure that we understood the content and really helped me find myself. She allowed the people in our learning community to express themselves. And she pushed myself and the class to be vulnerable and grow as leaders. Much as you mentioned in the video, that vulnerable space, the students saw and recognized that in you too. Help me recognize and congratulate Sarah.
Good afternoon, everybody. I have the honor of introducing our next Class Leader Award recipient. KB, come on down. KB has thrived in her role as a 3-time Lead 212 class leader. She has a competitive spirit that enables her to personalize the classroom learning experience for her students while challenging them to reach their full potential. During each semester in Lead 212, we offer students the opportunity to provide feedback about their class leaders. Because it's voluntary, we often only receive a couple of comments about each class leader. I found it very notable that when I was looking back on the comments I had received in the 2 semesters that KB was a class leader for me, that KB averaged about 8 or 9 comments for each class. So 3 or 4 times as much as most class leaders. Not to cast shade on other class leaders, but it's really notable that KV's students felt so impacted by her that they were compelled to let me know. KV's influence was so positive that her students had a bunch of great comments. I'm going to read some of them here. KB is very easy to understand and very clear. She is fun and energetic. I really liked how KB was always there for us to talk with and connect with. She always made sure to connect with us and to learn about us as people. KB led good conversations in the LC to learn leadership more in depth. She was an amazing class leader and helped my interest in leadership grow a ton. I absolutely loved KB, and I thought she did very well teaching us and expanding on the content we learned in class. She was very flexible and an all-around fun person. Thank you, KB, for your positive influence, and congratulations on the award.
Next, we would like to recognize one of our exceptional class leader, Emily Laney. Emily, will you mind joining me down here? It is my great honor to introduce one of our exceptional class leader, Emily. Her infectious enthusiasm and unwavering commitment to servant leadership truly distinguished her within our group. I still vividly recall the invaluable contribution Emily made during our Monday evening class preparation. Drawing from her practical classroom experience, she generously shared insights that enhance our learning journey. Emily's dedication to setting a collaborative environment and to ensuring clarity in our discussion was unwavering. Through the voice of her students, we witnessed the profound impact she has had on their lives. They say she engages in deep conversations during our learning community and makes sure everyone takes part in the activity. She connects with us and seems to be learning along with us and not just teaching. This is profound. Emily has created a safe space to discuss what we have learned without fear of being wrong or of any judgment. Emily, your achievement fill us with immense pride. The Little 12 team and the Staley School were privileged to have worked alongside you. And we are confident you will continue to make a positive impact wherever your journey will lead you. Congratulations, Emily.
Hey, I have the honor of introducing our final Class Leader of the Year award recipient, Josh.
Innocent.
Oh yeah, we're not done yet. This introduction was written by Dr. Mac Benavides, who due to a family emergency was not able to be here today. So I'm going to read his introduction. Josh is a great example of the core concept we teach in the Staley School, that leadership is an activity, not simply a role. I first worked with Josh as his instructor for Lead 405, Leadership in Practice. In this class, he and I had several in-depth conversations about the tension he felt with the conventional entanglement of leadership and extroversion. He was not the kind of person who would instinctively jump in and dominate conversations or processes. This had him questioning if he really was a leader. I'm so glad he was able to work through that internal conflict because he has continued to find innovative ways to advance meaningful leadership learning and practice with his peers while holding true to himself. Josh is the kind of strategic thinker who is not afraid to surface often hidden points of tension within groups and communities and make sense of them through a systemic lens. He has a natural gift for bringing bridging across lines of difference and promoting dialogue that truly engages everyone. I have seen Josh facilitate discussions that get people talking who had not spoken in class in weeks, but he found a way to connect with their interests and invite them into the conversation. These strengths are evident in his contributions to the Lead 212 learning experience, which can best be described by his learning community students. One student shared that Josh made me realize that to be a strong leader, you do not have to be an extrovert. There are many different types of leaders, and they all bring something different to the table. Another pointed Josh's capacity for engaging many different perspectives, explaining that Josh was very good at getting the LC to demonstrate leadership. He allowed everyone to share their ideas and opinions and engaged with people who didn't usually talk. Josh, I am so proud of the work you have put into your own and others' leadership learning. Congratulations on this recognition as a 2024 Candy Hiranaka Class Leader Award recipient. I would like to invite Chance Lee back to the podium for the next one.
I didn't know. Let's skip that part. It is an honor to present the Olivia P. Collins Nonprofit Leadership Outstanding Graduating Senior Award. In the nonprofit program, students work to develop nonprofit sector leadership skills. We have the honor of working with these students' aspirations to do good in the world, and we explore the best practices to do that good, but better, elevated. This award is named for one of the amazing women who built this program, Olivia P. Collins. Olivia exemplified care for others and care for community. She knew every one of her students well, and she kept in touch with each of them for her whole life. Olivia was a friend and a mentor to me, and I know that she would be delighted to know our award winner, Kate Denny. Kate, can you come down? Kate exemplifies this award because she comes to class every day for the learning first. Her orientation to the task at hand is often, how do I apply this concept as something I care about to make the kind of changes I want to see in the world? And for Kate, that issue in every facet is shelter pets. Her project in one of our classes, Lead 420, was an exercise in designing for change, an idea of a new shelter. It was so thorough and well thought out that, to be honest, I had trouble offering a lot of critique when I was grading it. It was the sort of thing that you could go out and it could be started in the world today, immediately. Kate, thank you for being open to new ideas and for setting a tone for the other students in the classes. Couldn't be more proud of the work you've done. Congratulations. Up next is Tamara Bauer to present our Outstanding Civic Engagement Award.
All right, this award celebrates students who have lived the mission of the Staley School of Leadership through community engagement and service to others. Today, we will recognize and celebrate Jade Valdez Gomez. Jade, will you please join me at the podium? So Jade, I'm going to read you some words from Keela Harrison. You have many fans at the Staley School, and she has a lot of great things to share with you. She unfortunately was ill today. So Jade is graduating with a major in dietetics and a minor in lead studies, and she's from Garden City, Kansas. Through her work as an Edgerly Franklin Leadership Scholar, she has advanced work on campus to raise the volume on justice. This work has continued as she's leveraged her dietetics background to join the inaugural cohort of the Food Security Scholars. She extended her service through work with Cat's Cupboard as a volunteer and by volunteering with mobile food distributions with Hands On Kansas State. It has been impressive to see her welcome students to campus and become a mentor to them as they navigate K-State. Jade will also be sharing her many talents as she is also a commencement speaker for the College of Health and Human Sciences in May. Jade also completed extensive research last summer in Guatemala, where she was able to explore the Mayan culture, understand anemia, and its effects in children from this area. I am so proud to know Jade and to witness her growth over the years. Her footprint at K-State will be the blueprint for other students to look up to and follow. I wish Jade the best of luck in all her future endeavors and thank her for everything she has done, started, and will continue to do. Congratulations. And now, Dr. Mary Kay Sievers.
Thank you. Thank you, Tamra. The secondary major in global food systems leadership is an interdisciplinary effort between the Staley School and the College of Agriculture. And Dean Minton, thank you for being here today and all your support. He's also responsible for all that fencing up over there around Weber and Cahal, but that's a good thing, right? It's a good thing, good construction. So what we try to do is help students explore the leadership challenges of enhancing food security for our growing world population through a systems approach. So the Outstanding Graduating Senior Award recognizes a student who demonstrates the tenets on the screen. And I take great pride in introducing this year's outstanding senior, Hattie Polson. Hattie, join me. You have to stand on the X right there, Hattie. All right. So Hattie, you know, there's really not enough time to say everything that I want to say about you, but I'm going to try. First of all, we met when you were a senior in high school, and I know your little sister is here today too, still in high school. Maybe we can get her here. But when I talked to Hattie when she was a senior, she told me she wanted to work on food and ag problems, both locally and globally. Well, it's 4 years later, and I think you've done that. Hattie is completing her major in ag econ, a secondary major in global food systems. A year ago, she was named a K-State's 38th Truman Scholar. Yes. And she's already signed, I'm going to say a letter of intent, we'll call it that, with Michigan State University to pursue her master's degree in ag, food, and resource management. And if that's not enough, she's also been accepted into the USDA's Foreign Ag Service for work after her master's. So it didn't take me really long to figure out I just needed to write her coattails and I would do just fine, which is what I've done. But you know, I have more to say about you, Hattie. You're a really good person. You recognize the value of broadening your experiences, of getting exposed to the inner workings of a lot of different stakeholder groups. And you're not afraid to be in the discussion when even confusion and discomfort are part of the picture. You know, for example, you're willing to grapple and discuss the benefits and challenges of US aid to other countries, especially in the form of commodities. You understand the benefit of policy to local farming, to her family, her neighbors, but you also recognize that it could be those same policies that might cause challenges for the receiving country. So I really appreciate you, Hattie, the value you've brought. And I just want to say congratulations on this award, and you will be missed. Congratulations. For all of that, she just gets. At this time, we're going to recognize some of our graduate students, and we'll get to hear from them just like we did the undergrads with a short video.
For me, getting this award is more of a reflection on the support system and the community that I have around myself. And it really just highlights how wonderful they are and how much they impact the people that they get to interact with every single day.
When I found out I was a recipient of this award, I was incredibly honored to just have the opportunity to be recognized for the work I've done here at K-State.
I always kind of view my role here as, yes, the Strengths Graduate Assistant with the opportunity to connect with students, but also as a model who continues to stay involved with the mission of the Staley School.
Teaching this past year has truly been a remarkable experience for me. I love getting the chance to go beyond the curriculum and actually connect with every single one of my students. I love being a laugh when they need one, a shoulder when they need some support, and most of all, I love getting to learn alongside them.
I work at the Kansas Leadership Center with the third floor research team in the Staley School, and right now I'm working on a program called Heartland Together. We are trying to understand entrepreneurial ecosystem development in Kansas and some other states.
Well, my current undergraduate research is focusing on the proficiency and effectiveness of a microsnap. We're comparing it to the industry standard known as Petrifilm. It's sort of a new technology that is trying to improve the way we sample animals or through a processing plant to quantify and identify different bacteria based on the tests that we run through the microsnap.
Coming into the role of the Strengths Graduate Assistant, I had a lot of learning and reflection to do after being in the classroom and teaching in the K-12 setting for 3 years. So I did a lot of reflecting on how I was exercising my strengths as an educator, and translated them then into my experiences working as a graduate assistant.
I think the concepts I've learned throughout my leadership studies has really allowed me to understand who I am as an individual and how I can apply my leadership throughout my day-to-day life, especially when in a professional setting, not only just delegating, but working with a whole team of people to sort of run through the research process. It's been an incredibly rewarding experience, and I'm so thankful that I do have my background in leadership studies to allow me to navigate what are my strengths and how do I utilize them within the lab and within other academic settings.
I hope I can continue to teach for a very, very long time because truly, I learn just as much as my students do.
I think that my goals for the future in terms of the strengths program are just to continue generating that intrinsic motivation to leverage our strengths and capitalizing on the student energy around that to help students become the change agents and the ones that are really propelling that forward.
And for me, it really just lights a fire to continue to do this and to continue to press forward, not in a moment of pause to say I've made it, but mostly say, you know, this is the motivation and culmination of so many efforts from my mentors, and then also just like my personal work.
And with that, let's get started. It is with great honor that I stand before you today to present the Graduate Student Teaching Award. This award recognizes innovative approaches to instruction and facilitation and demonstrates a commitment to challenging, supporting, and developing students through an express teaching philosophy. It is my great honor to introduce the recipient, Jess Ramirez. Welcome. You have to stand on the other side. Right there, thank you. You can just do that while I introduce you. Well, I've co-taught with Jess for a couple semesters, and I've observed her in her own classroom. And I can tell you that her enthusiasm for teaching is infectious, and her compassion for students is boundless. She's dedicated to creating an environment where all students are challenged to think about leading in an uncertain world. Now, also, Jess is not afraid to encourage me to change too. Now, I've been teaching for about 40 years, so someone who's new has a lot to teach this old teacher, and she does it in a gentle way. For instance, she says, do you ever think about trying Canva? You know, it's this new program out there. Or she'll say, oh, I thought about this activity last night that you've been using for 30 years, and maybe you could tweak it a little bit. So thank you, Jess. But I know, Jess, you do that in a gentle way with me, and you do that in a gentle way with your students as well. And you create so many impactful learning opportunities for your students, and you see the whole student, and you are well deserved of this award because of your hard work and endless dedication to teaching. So congratulations, Jess.
Thank you.
I think I have one more responsibility. Mike Finnegan, would you come back up here?
All right. And the next Graduate Student Award recognizes excellence in service and leadership within the school, university, and community. It is my honor to recognize Katie Bueller. Come on down. Now, Dr. Trish Gott talked about every one of our award recipients in their running shoes. I think Katie is probably like a 10-time gold medalist as fast as she runs. As a first-year graduate student in the curriculum and instruction within the College of Education, it is so good to know, number one, that Katie is just a first-year grad student, so we get her for a second year. But she hit the ground running this fall. Katie, the work that you've done to provide mentorship, training, resources for our 10 strengths peer coaches across campus in an interdisciplinary way has been nothing but exceptional. Katie also provided assistance and help in the Strengths Cat community, and she has pioneered a student strengths conference just this last spring that saw over 70 students come to K-State from 5 different institutions. And so, Katie, your work around the Strengths Initiative has just definitely been exceptional. Now, Katie's top 5 strengths are achiever, responsibility, futuristic, strategic, and learner. And she sets the platinum standard for what it means to invest in students' strengths development, moving beyond identification. And so, Katie, thank you for investing in student strengths to help students thrive across K-State's campus. Congratulations. You bet. Congrats. And now, next, I'd like to invite Dr. Trish Gott back to the podium.
Okay, so this next award recognizes excellence in research by undergraduate and graduate students at the Staley School of Leadership. It's an award named in the honor of Dr. Robert Shoup. Dr. Shoup retired in 2014 after 40 years of leadership and service to Kansas State University. He was a professor of educational law and a founder and senior scholar of the School of Leadership. And he served as the director of the Cargill Center for Ethical Leadership. We thank Bob for his example. Grace Wynn is our first recipient. So Grace is a skilled scholar. This was evident in the work. Yeah, come on down, come on down. Evident in the work, well, you heard her talk, right? You heard what she had to say about, is it microsnap? Microsnap. And explained it as if we all know, right? Microsnap, right? So obviously, you know, she's a skilled scholar. And it's evident in the work that she has done as a researcher and an undergraduate researcher nonetheless in the Vipum Lab at Kansas State. In 2023, she was involved in an undergraduate research project on campus. Her faculty mentor, Dr. Vipin, said this about Grace and her work. Grace is very energetic about science. Yes. Wonderful. Yes. And learning new things. She's talented and she's vision-oriented. Grace's passion and determination to be the best version of herself is unmatched. She strives to be best, which is shown reward in many areas of her life. As an Edgerly Franklin Scholar, she's helped to foster an environment for current and future scholars based on integrity, grit, and charisma. I've had many opportunities to witness Grace use her voice in order to express change when someone or something has threatened the foundation and mission that K-State stands for about students and education. Her mentorship with her peers has shown that she continues to invest in others and their needs. And it has been an honor to know Grace and witness her as she grows through Edgerly Franklin. And I want to add before we applaud, maybe you've noticed that we've celebrated 2 outstanding women in this category. We're celebrating Grace, and we have 1 more outstanding young woman we're celebrating. And Grace is doing some science that is incredible and far beyond many of our, this is a room full of bright intellectual humans, but far beyond what most of us can think about and do. And it's quite impressive to me that in this day and time, we have women that are doing this kind of research, studying these things in what would have been known in not so long ago as maybe witchcraft or stepping far beyond their boundaries, getting knowledge when they weren't supposed to. So please recognize what an exceptional thing it is to have 4 brilliant women to celebrate the work they're doing. And let's do that for Grace here today. Grace. And at this point in time, I'd like to invite Dr. Tim Steffensmeyer to join me today.
I would invite Carly Dawn Sneathen down here, but she's not here, and that's a good thing, and I'll say why in just a second. I'm delighted to award Carly with the Robert Shoup Student Research Award. Carly's finishing her 2nd year in the Leadership Communication Doctoral Program. She served the past 2 years as a graduate assistant with Third Floor Research. Third Floor Research is a partnership between this school here, the Staley School, and the Kansas Leadership Center down in Wichita, Kansas. Carly's research acumen and productivity earned her this award. In less than 2 years, she's had 3 conference presentations, 3 evaluation reports, and she's the project evaluator on a big grant with the Kauffman Foundation. Most impressive is the way that Carly works seamlessly with our external partners. Carly has a passion for evaluation and research. Most people don't. And she's a quick learn with contagious energy, which I think has been up here a lot tonight. So much so that she serves as our Third Floor Research point person with the KLC on their evaluation and monitoring efforts. And it's fitting, as I started, that Carly's not in attendance this evening. She's actually making her way back from Tampere, Finland, where she presented a Third Floor research paper along with some partners from Australia. So a big round of applause for Carly Sneathen. And now a really important piece of tonight, and that is we're going to celebrate our campus and community award winners. Please turn your attention to the screen for a short video.
Common Table was started in 2014 in response to a community needs assessment where community members expressed concern about the lack of programs and resources to address food insecurity. Food insecurity was identified as one of the top 3 concerns in the community at that time. And by, I think, 2017, it was possible for you to attend a free community meal 7 nights a week in the community. So right now there are 7 churches participating in 4 different locations And then we also have breakfast that is served 3 mornings a week at various churches.
And we also have a group that puts together to-go lunches. So at some of the evenings, you can also get a lunch for the next day. So the goal is to be able to carry people through their food insecurity to make sure they have something.
Volunteering with Hands On has definitely given me a lot more connection to the Manhattan community, and I really enjoy being able to help out in many different ways.
I've always been passionate about service, but particularly in the local community. Primarily the two that I've been focused a lot of my time with are the distribution of food to the local community. So I do this through our local church, but also with the local group Little Apple Pride. Through both of those organizations and through help through K-State, I've been able to get connected and to give back to the community that gives me so much.
One of the experiences I really enjoyed was volunteering for the MLK Day, which my section that I participated in was with the public library, and we just helped out in different ways there.
I think community-wide, we see this massive group of volunteers. So we get we get students, we have some regulars, retired people, we have people who just want to help in the community. And those are the great stories, I think, when people come and they don't really even realize what an operation it is, but also what the need is. A meal is universal. Everybody eats, and everybody loves to be together when they eat.
When I first started my time here at Kansas State University, I heard about the food insecurity in our local community, both with our students and the Manhattan general community. Primarily first through Cat's Cupboard, but because of the resources that they've given me, I also wanted to give back to the rest of Manhattan. And fortunately, one of the churches that I attend is part of this second helping meal prep and distribution to the local community. And that's how I got involved and will continue to be involved until I graduate at K-State.
I really enjoy being a volunteer for Hands On because it's given me some pretty good connections to the Manhattan community. It's helped me see the needs of Manhattan differently and kind of helped me contribute to that as well. It's also helped me build my skills for my future, for both my career and just my personal life.
We love the energy of the young people. I mean, seeing these people who are kind of just becoming adults who understand the needs of their community and want to help. I mean, we have some student regulars who come every single week. That becomes a community also. And so those communal ties then bleed over, and as they learn and become adults and then become decision makers in the community, they can then see that benefit and then they can pass that through. And that's how communities really thrive and continue to move forward, is to make sure that the young people understand and catch a vision of the things that are already there or things that need to be done in a community.
Now I'd invite hands-on state student coordinators, Campbell McNorton and Brooke Kornmuller will introduce the next awards.
For the past 15 years and as a part of National Volunteer Week, we have partnered with Community First National Bank to recognize outstanding individuals and groups who have volunteered their time and leadership to change and improve the community. In recognition of their service, Community First National Bank provides $250 to a local nonprofit selected by the honorees. The first of these awards is the Outstanding Student Volunteer. This award goes to a K-State student who has worked with Hands On Kansas State and demonstrated exemplary leadership and service. We would like to recognize JC Shepard as the Outstanding Student Volunteer. You can come on down. JC is majoring in mathematics with a minor in statistics. Over the past 2 years, she has been one of Hands On most consistent volunteers and always goes above and beyond to help in any way possible. Her work is especially appreciated at mobile food distributions, as she typically helps lead one of our most demanding jobs, and she always goes like above and beyond. You saw in that video, she was at a mobile food distribution early, I might add, just ready to jump in and help out. And so we just love having her there. And when she checks in, I often exclaim, "Thank goodness JC is here. I'm so happy to see you." And I'm so happy to see you tonight, as I know that the rest of the event, especially mobile food distributions, will run extremely smoothly. Volunteers like JC help us create a welcoming, joyous environment, and we are happy to honor you tonight. Congratulations, JC. Next, I will present this year's Outstanding Student Organization Award. This award is given to an organization that actively participates in service alongside hands-on's mission during the academic year. This year, we are honoring the K-State Rotaract Club as the Outstanding Student Organization, and I would like to invite the members of the Rotaract to come up front to accept the award. The K-State Rotaract Club is an organization built on a strong foundation of service and community. Active in Manhattan for over 30 years, the club continues to serve because of the uniquely connected and supportive environment present here in Manhattan. Some service projects include working with elementary schools to provide books to children on their birthdays and creating better outdoor spaces for the university and community. Their most significant project every single year is a day-long kayak trip down the Kansas River, starting at the east side of Manhattan and traveling to St. George, stopping and cleaning up battering casings, and trash along the banks. The K-State Rotaract Club goes above and beyond to create and strengthen communities while filling unmet needs. Thank you, Rotaract Club, for your commitment and excellence in community service. Our third award recognizes our outstanding community organization. This award honors a group from the greater Manhattan area that has partnered with Hands On to meet a community need. I have the pleasure of introducing this year's outstanding community organization, Common Table. Will the two representatives from Common Table please join us at the front? Common Table is an organization that follows the mission of feeding the hungry and bringing the community together. After finding out in 2014 that food insecurity was a top issue for those living in poverty or homeless, members of the community came together and founded Common Table. Since the founding, the organization has expanded greatly. They began with a few churches offering free meals a few nights a week, now with 5 locations providing meals every night along with breakfast and sack lunches throughout the week, and soon they will be moving to a single location. With this new location, they will be able to provide consistent meals and service to their guests. Common Table is a great example of the resilience and ingenuity in the Manhattan community. They've built many partnerships and have provided a great space for volunteers to give back. We are so honored to recognize Common Table this evening and highlight the work they are doing for the community. Finally, I will introduce the Outstanding Service Champion, which honors an individual from the greater Manhattan area who has demonstrated outstanding efforts in volunteerism and service addressing a community need. This year's Outstanding Service Champion is Jack Sistema. Unfortunately, Jack was unable to be here tonight, but he is here in spirit. Jack is a full-time PhD student in biology while making time to serve on and off campus in Manhattan. He is on campus leadership teams that provide support to students, including the Biology Graduate Student Association, Intercultural Leadership Council, and Graduate Student Council. Along with his work on campus, he finds time to be involved with the greater Manhattan community by working with Little Apple Pride, Sunset Zoo, and the Flint Hills Discovery Center. Additionally, along with all of his volunteer work, he has helped with statewide efforts such as Flint Hills Day, Kansas Day, and the Kansas Native Plant Society. Jack's nominator said that what set Jack apart from everyone else is his ability to achieve all of the mentioned volunteer work while still making time to support his fellow students and mentor upcoming students. Thank you, Jack, for all the work you have done and continue to do, making our community a better place to live. Our next award will be presented by our Staley School ambassadors, represented by Hannah Moyer and Abby Porter. The Rost Award was established by the Staley School Student Ambassadors to recognize a member of the Staley School faculty or staff who exemplifies the Staley School mission, the Staley School mission statement. The recipient of this award demonstrates these characteristics in their own lives and inspires others to become better leaders.
The ambassadors reached out to the student body for nominations, and we were not disappointed by the stories and experiences that students shared with us. The committee reviews the nominations and selects an impactful story. This year, we would like to present the award to Dr. Trish Scott.
To summarize her nomination, Dr. Gott, a visionary leader at the Staley School of Leadership, is dedicated to developing the next generation of ethical and inclusive leaders. Through her intentional efforts in student mentorship, cultural exchange programs, and commitment to diversity and equity, she exemplifies compassionate leadership and empowers young leaders to explore their potential.
Now we would like to invite Dr. Dean Mary Toller to present to the podium to present our final award.
Our final award is the Susan M. Scott Award for Community Leadership. This award was established by the faculty and staff of the Staley School of Leadership to recognize the extraordinary leadership of Dr. Susan Scott. Susan was the founding director of leadership studies and modeled for all of us inclusive, effective community leadership. We at the Staley School are deeply grateful for her efforts, her demonstration of community leadership, and we are not alone. Her early work with the Rape Survivors Support Group was the start of the Crisis Center of Manhattan. She co-founded the Riley County Women's Political Caucus, established a sister city relationship with Nindiri, Nicaragua, and was a founder of PFLAG, a support group for family members of the LGBTQ+ community. As an administrator, she worked relentlessly for an inclusive K-State community. Susan was a woman of many rare gifts and talents, who generously devoted them all in service to progressive change. And we miss her. The faculty and staff of the Staley School take this opportunity to honor the leadership we witness as members of the campus and local community and lift up that leadership as a model for our students, our graduates, as they leave to make their mark and exercise leadership in their workplaces and communities. In Susan's honor, the faculty established this award to recognize others whose leadership has shaped our community, made us healthier, safer, more just, more peaceful, and purposeful, made us better through community leadership. Today, we recognize the Manhattan Area Resettlement Team with this year's Susan M. Scott Leadership Award and Fatima Jagori and Aaron Estabrook for their role as founders of the Manhattan Afghan Resettlement Team, which was its start. Fatima and Aaron, would you like to join me at the front of the room? I'm going to talk about you for a little bit, so get comfortable. Okay. Aaron Estabrook helped found the Manhattan Afghan Resettlement Team due to his firsthand experiences and deep personal connections forged during his service in Afghanistan as a sergeant with the tank platoon. Selecting an interpreter, Matula Shinwari, for his platoon not only led to a life-saving partnership, but also a lasting friendship that extended beyond the battlefield. Estabrook's commitment to assisting Afghan refugees began with helping Shinwari and his family relocate to Manhattan, Kansas in 2017. This endeavor evolved into a broader mission as Afghanistan fell to the Taliban, prompting Estabrook to organize. He aimed to honor the promises made to Afghan allies, leveraging his understanding of their struggles and the unique bonds formed in war to foster a community-wide effort in supporting refugees seeking resettlement in the U.S. Having lived in America for 25 years as an Afghan Hazari immigrant, Fatima Jagouri understands the need to be part of a community when coming to America. When her family arrived in 1999, resources were scarce and a sense of community even scarcer. When the evacuation of Afghanistan happened, Fatima, a former U.S. Army medical sergeant, reached out to local veteran community, the Flint Hills Veterans Coalition, and asked for help on how to help. Chuck and Melody Sexton connected her with Aaron, then they were off. Since its inception in 2021, the Manhattan Afghan Resettlement Team has welcomed more than 200 Afghan allies and has grown beyond settling only Afghan refugees. In spring 2023, the Kansas Office of Refugees recognized it as an official resettlement site in Kansas, and the organization, renamed the Manhattan Area Resettlement Team, has now helped settle families from Nepal, Venezuela, Republic of Congo, and Haiti. Necessarily moving from an all-volunteer organization, MART now has a staff of 4. Ana Mendonça Zarling serves as executive director, Virginia Rodriguez as programs manager, Zahir Nuristani as case manager, and Monica Ewald as case manager assistant. Susan Adamczyk's tireless leadership as president of the board, and Sarah Inskeep's amazing organization as secretary of the board have also been essential to MART's success. Our 2021 Susan M. Scott Award recipient, Terry McCants, shared this as well. In working with and for MART, there is tremendous satisfaction knowing its efforts help provide solutions to families and individuals for reestablishing themselves in ways that not only get their fundamental needs met, but also help them return to a sense of safety and dignity. What I didn't expect was the deep sense of pride I developed for my own community in the process. Manhattan has responded with a tangible expression of solidarity and responsibility in sharing support that is empowering, not just for recipients, but also for those who are providing the resources. From the seeds of caring and wanting to help protect human lives at risk has bloomed a beautiful, responsive, and participatory framework vital for successful integration at all levels. Please join me in congratulating the Manhattan Area Resettlement Team with the 2024 Susan M. Scott Community Leadership Award and honoring founders Fatima Jagouri and Aaron Estabrook.
Thank you everyone for being here, and really great and big thank you to our local Manhattan community for really coming together and really diversifying Manhattan and making it a home for everybody. And just really grateful to be here and grateful for this community, and hopefully we can do more. And thank you so much.
I said final award. Thank you all very much for being here this afternoon in this room and on Zoom. Thank you for joining us on Zoom to celebrate the remarkable members of our K-State and Manhattan communities. A few logistics. We invite you to continue celebrating us with food and drink out in the lobby. Also, Deandra, who has been here, our wonderful leadership studies alum, appreciate you, who's been taking photos, will also be available out in the lobby if you want to take some additional family snaps or friends snaps as well. So please do that. Join me also in thanking the folks who made all of this possible. So we have a team of Kim and Kate and Colleen. We have Ridge and Tracy and our ambassadors, the PR team, all of those folks came together to make all of this possible. So join me in thanking them. This has been a great day. This has been a wonderful day, taking time to gather and celebrate wonderful accomplishments of those in this room. It just fills the heart and it makes the day and the future brighter. And amazing work is happening every day around us in our community. So let's continue to make space to recognize the good today and every day. Thank you.